Let that load up for a second. Pretty sure it will be Gucci. Looking like it's fine. Woo! Big old booties. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Go ahead, give me a mic check, JJ. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Go ahead, give me a mic check, JJ.
I can never do it on Seth's laptop.
Interesting.
Never do it on Seth's,
you sound sexy. All right. Let's have some fun today. Give a couple more seconds for people to hop in here. See people hopping in. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. Beautiful cousin, looking a little worn out. Needs a little massage, hug.
I'm exhausted, man.
Give him a little kiss. Yo, what it do? GG Nation, GG Legion. It's your fella again, Straussman the GG. Yo, welcome to another podcast. Golden Friends. Golden God. Golden Friends.
The Golden
Golden God and Friends podcast episode 5 kajillion. Congratulations, JJ. You're on the 5 kajillion episode. Episode 50. This is the first time we're ever going to do this before. We're actually going to do a little... we're going to do a little Avengers mini spoiler cast in here. We're going to try to squeeze that in. We're going to try to take not too much of JJ's time. We got a few topics. This is mostly PS5, Xbox Series X. Nothing much with Nintendo. The only rumor I've been seeing again is the Switch Pro rumor. We've seen that 100 times. JJ and I have talked about it a cajillion times. We both think it's happening. It's just a matter of when, not
The only Nintendo news I have is Seth said there's a mini direct today.
Was there?
They announced Control is going to be on the Switch.
Oh man, that's going to run terribly.
And they, there's one other thing. There's one other big thing. Shit. You told me. Also, they're selling Joy-Cons individually now.
I saw that. I saw they're slashing Joy-Con prices. The interesting part...
$40 for one.
Oh, shit. Like,
yeah.
The interesting part with, Nintendo's kind of have a slow year. They just kind of coasted on Animal Crossing, which could still get Game of the Year nod. How you doing, Joel? Welcome. It's going to be very interesting, but we're going to talk a lot of PS5 and Xbox Series X. Obviously, we're really close. Shout out to my home sizzle, Lou. We are, knock on wood, we're 2 weeks away, and I have not been canceled yet with the PS5 pre-order, so hopefully the Best 5 pulls through with that. I'm pretty sure I'm in the clear on that. We're still trying to get, I know a lot of you are still waiting. We're trying to get JJ one. We're trying to get a lot of other people one. I got another group chat with like 8 of my other buddies. I'm trying to get them one. It's been really tough. Gaming has grown this last 7 years, and it's been huge. It's been mega. But let's start with.
Hold on, for your buddies, for everyone who's trying to get PS5. Rumor is Target's the only store that said they'll have some in stock the day of, but you can't go in and get them. You got to be on the app. You got to order it through the app and do it through the drive-thru or pickup. So Wednesday night going into Thursday, be on the Target app, refresh it, trying to get your PS5.
Smart detective research. Also, as well, Best Buy and Walmart has already said that they would have some in stock. My gut, probably like 5 to 10 maybe. Not much. I mean, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be, I know some of you are going to be camping out. Be safe. Be smart about it. Be interesting to see if any of you are successful at that. Let me know down below. Said place has absolutely new pre. Yeah, they canceled. They canceled a lot of pre-orders as well. Sorry to hear that for a lot of people. But we're gonna start with Avengers, a mini spoiler caster. You got one other thing, JJ. Go ahead.
No. Let's roll.
Oh yeah, let's get into episode 50 here. We're gonna talk some Avengers, Spoilercast / PS5 / versus Xbox Series X, which is gonna be fun. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna try not to take too much time. We've gotten some great news as well. Today, some breaking news from today and yesterday. We'll talk about that a little bit later as well. But hey, let's go over Avengers. You know, a lot of people's expectations were through the roof for this game. Thought it was going to be another Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man Insomniac type game. Once they said Life of Service, my expectations dropped to a minimum. So that's probably why I had so much more fun playing this game, because my expectations were not high. And I still really, really enjoy playing this game, and I thoroughly enjoyed the story of this game. I know you, Lou, and many others that have platinum it have kind of waned off it a little bit. And me a little bit too. Once you got your one character to 150, you kind of want to take a break anyway. You don't really want to do another one.
Yeah.
What's up, Maxie? But let's start with the story, and I want to start out saying I really enjoyed the story of this game. It was a lot better than I thought it would be. I like the world building of this game. Again, this is full spoiler cast. We're going to talk what we can remember, because it's been a while. It's been a while. Like, we were supposed to do this a while ago, but just unfortunately, I want to apologize it hasn't happened, and I also want to apologize about the Twitch streams. We were supposed to have a couple yesterday and Monday, but we weren't able to do so. I think JJ fell asleep Monday or something. But we were going to play some Dead by Daylight, but we are going to have some hockey tomorrow with Lou, I think. I think we're going to play. So it's not really spooky. So I apologize. I don't have very functioning AC right now, so it's hard for me to do streams. I'm hoping to get my PS5 headset this week and check it out so you guys can check it out. But back to Avengers. I know we're kind of going all over the place. I apologize about that. But I just want to say I actually really enjoyed this story. I think starting out most of the game as Kamala was actually very smart, because most people don't know her, and her kind of getting introduced to the Avengers. Of course, it was very corny in the beginning, in my personal opinion, because she just meets all of them at a A-Day, quote unquote. Like, oh, Thor's suddenly here, and Iron Man's suddenly in this area. Like, you know how it is. It's story. You got to kind of just go with it. Of course, we knew Cap wasn't going to die. That was the worst kept secret. There was no weight to that at all. But overall, the ending, where they're leaving off with this world building and the potential of this game, I think it's great. What did you think overall of the story, JJ?
It was the best part of the game, 100%.
Yeah.
I do like introducing Kamala. Everyone kind of had their moment to shine, except for Thor, really.
Yeah.
Thor was kind of just thrown in there, I think.
That's a very good point. I feel it's such a bummer. Thor was just kind of not in the story at all.
And he's turned out to be my favorite favorite character to play as.
He's probably the best character, one of the best characters in the game.
He's so much fun. It kind of gives you a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So, but story overall, it really, like you said, it beat expectation. Buddy, I'm doing something.
Love you, Maxie.
But yeah, I do like it. Did introduce us to Kamala, which is a big deal. I think she's really, even in the MCU now, she's going to be a big part of where they're going.
Yes. Yeah.
For the future of Marvel. So, but like you said, dude, I've really waned off of it. But lately as a trophy hunter, it's a little too grindy. But that's what they want you to do.
Yeah.
But the grind is not. It's too repetitive. It's not fun. You're doing the same mission over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But story-wise, man, this is an 8 out of 10. Just story-wise.
Yeah, that's why I'm excited to see what they do here. And you're right. You made this point on stream that since they delayed, there's a lot of problems with this game. 1,000+ bugs, a bajillion patches. Clearly, it's not optimized for this generation of consoles. Clearly for PS5. Series X, it seems like. The DLC got a huge delay, and JJ made a great point. They're going to have to drop like 2 or 3 characters. The great thing about it is so far we don't have to pay. They said all DLC is going to be free, but how long can they hold on to that? This happens to a lot of Life of Service games. Division, Destiny. What am I missing? There was another one. Division, Destiny. There was another one I forgot. But they drop off after a while. This happened to Destiny 1 for a while. And Destiny 2 for a while. It dropped off until the new content came out. I don't think this game is going to completely die, but obviously the problems have put a sour taste. And a lot of people just would have preferred 20 more hours of that story. We're going to get it, but it's going to be over years and years of development. It's not all in one go. And and they unfortunately, they pulled out of the style of, hey, Spider-Man, the connection to the Spider-Man Marvel game is no more anymore. It's an alternate universe now. Spoilers for Spider-Man, I know a lot of you are going to be playing it the first time when you get Miles Morales for PS5. But he references this same incident, the A-Day incident, in that game, which is pretty cool. It's cool world building. That's awesome. But I understand it because a lot of studios, messy hands, so many things going on. It's hard to keep that continuity, afloat. So it's just easier to be like, hey, it's going to be our interpretation of Spider-Man stuff. But what do you think of kind of the failures of this game? The bugs, the DLC delay, the player base being in trouble, natural thing, a little bit on them. What do you think about it?
This game, it should have never been made and developed for the PS. I mean, anyone who's played it, I know me, I don't know about you, but my PlayStation sound, and I got a Pro, and it just sounds like a fucking jet engine when you play it. It's to the max that you can put the PS, and it's buggy and laggy, and like you said, they've released. I mean, they had one patch where they tried to do over 1,000 things.
Yeah,
and it's but they added new content last week with the substation and
yep,
and that's how. I mean, you look at Ghost of Tsushima, sales spiked back up as soon as they released the multiplayer. And I know that's not a Life of Service game, but once you release new content, people come back and play for a little bit. But the problem with this game, though, is I think the player base was pretty low to start.
Yeah.
So to dip down is frustrating for them because it is a good game and the mechanics are solid.
Yes.
Like it's a solid game. It is, and it's. I mean, you get to play you get to play with your buddies as your favorite Marvel heroes. So, and the DLC is exciting. Like Kate. Maybe not a lot of people are excited about Kate Bishop, but Hawkeye and Spider-Man, Black Panther. Yeah. I mean, there's things there.
And the Black Panther DLC is supposed to be big. It's supposed to be like kind of like an expansion area.
I know. Well, they all kind of add to the story. Like I know Kate Bishop is supposed to have story mission stuff. So I think, like I said, it's a solid game. I think the DLC will revive it a little bit.
Yeah.
But the problem is let's say you're playing with random. And like I think I said it on stream, where if they only drop Kate Bishop, you're going to have 4 people trying to be Kate Bishop.
Yes.
And it's going to, you're going to struggle with that.
Yeah. And I also want to state, I think it's only really for PC. I think console players are going to be okay with the player base dropping, because the console player base is still pretty strong on both. It's the PC players that's kind of, they're kind of dipping out. And that's where the matchmaking problems come in and trouble. And like JJ said, if you have one new character, everybody wants to play the one new character, right? And this game is cool that it's a hybrid. You can play by yourself and you can play with friends. But there's a lot of brokenness into it, to the point where I might still not be able to get the plat because I can't.
Me too.
Like I can't get the damn what's it called, the harm missions. Yeah.
How did Elo get it to pop? Because he bugged out too, right?
Yeah, what he did, which I might have to do, is you start the game on your console as me, and play a little bit of it just to get me started to get through the intro stuff. Then I could log in as you and play it. That's what he did. He logged in as his brother, restarted it, played like the first 5 hours again, did all the war room stuff, and got the trophy.
I need the intelligence files. I have about 68, and I only need 50.
Yeah, it's so weird, man. It's
Someone said there might be a bug with the counter. Like if you play multiplayer and get anything,
yeah,
it could throw off the counter.
That's also very true. I mean, I farmed a lot of storage boxes and a lot of stuff lately to get that trophy, and what's it called, the saving people. Man, That took me a lot. I swore saved over 100+ people, but
did you do the 50 cash boxes yet?
Yes. There's a
one day that I only need one. Yeah, the 1 day remains. There's 2 of them in that one.
Yeah, there's 2. Yep, that's why I did. Yeah,
I
did the 2 and I logged out. Just reloaded.
You save the 2 people, then you come back.
Yep.
That's what I did. I would do the 2, save the 2 people, and did that over.
Exactly. I said the same thing. I did that whole loop, but like you said, it's not fun. It's repetitive. It's grindy. Even though the powers are fucking cool, I like how each character feels very different, very fun to play as. But they're gonna need a revival. They're gonna need a 2.0 PS5 spectacular for this shit to blow up again.
Well, that's another thing. They're not releasing the PS5 version of the game either yet. They want to.
Yeah, everything's delayed, right? Everything's fucking delayed.
So it will work better. Your PS4 version will work better on PS5.
Yeah.
But it will run better, like it should. But I think people who aren't trophy hunters either will have more fun with the game because you're not repetitively doing that shit over and over and over again.
Doing your weeklies and you're it.
Yeah. Because a lot of the skins are really cool. You don't have to spend money to get the stuff you want. I've learned. Make sure you log in this week they're giving another free stuff.
Yep, they're giving goodies. Also, if you have PS Plus, you get another free Kamala skin if you go to the store and download it.
Yeah,
the actual PlayStation store, not the market. They're not their marketplace, the PlayStation store.
Yeah.
I got an email about that. Them apologizing for the start of this game because it has been pretty bad. It's been pretty bad. JJ and I talk highly of the story. We're not going to get into every single detail because we're going to move on to PS5. We're going to transition to the Spider. This is kind of old news too. And I know you said you're going to be late to the Avengers party, Joel. It's okay, man. I mean, it's best to wait on this game anyway.
I would. I know I saw, I think Tank's been grinding it a lot. I think he got it day 1, but he plays every day. But a few people I see hopping in and out. And
Neil still plays. I still play too. I like playing with people. I enjoy this game. Because like I said, the expectations for me was so low that I'm actually having fun with it.
Yeah. It's fun. I had fun with it. I bought, you bought a copy, so I got it for free. I bought a copy for Seth.
Yeah.
I play it.
Yeah.
I've got 4 characters of 50, 150 of 2 of them, I think. So.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But let's talk about another Marvel character under a lot of intense scrutiny lately, or a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. The Spider-Man face controversy, which is really interesting. I'm interested to hear what JJ and the panel and everybody thinks about this. But Insomniac said they made this creative decision to hire a new face actor that matched Yuri Lowenthal's bones. But this is the problem with the internet and social media. People tend to overreact a little bit. And I understand it, though. I understand it because he kind of does look a little bit younger, way younger now than he probably would originally. But after 50 hours of playing that, because most of us are getting the Miles Morales Ultimate Edition with Spider-Man remastered for PS5. After you're going to play 50 hours of that, you're going to forget. You're going to forget, in my personal opinion, you're going to forget about the face. I did like the old face. But after Insomniac, I just trust Insomniac going forward. They said they wanted to get better facial technology. Again, it is kind of weird. It's funny to see people make such a bigger deal out of this. And it can be. I mean, it could throw you off. But like I said, after that first couple hours, once you put 50 hours and get your second plat, which most people will do, I would assume, because it's a new platinum list. I think people will get over that. How do you feel about the Spider-Man face controversy?
I guess I didn't think twice about it. The people who are outraged are always the loudest, right?
Yes.
So it's probably not as bad as we think it is. It's just those people are shouting from the rooftop. I think he does look a little. They went more Tom Holland. It looks like, but to be honest, the first face looked older than 23 anyway. He looked like he was in his 30s. So
yeah, he looked pretty older.
Yeah. So I mean, they went one extreme to another. I think, or not extreme, but like you said, once you play with it and get used to it, I mean, most people are used to like 18-year-old Peter Parker. We're not used to this
20-something Peter. Yeah.
5 or 6 years into being Spider-Man. So I'm cool with it as long as they do it. The story has to be good, and the character. It is. I'll say it is weird. It was a weird decision. I seemed to come out of nowhere. Like you just check the internet.
It was kind of a big drop out of nowhere on Twitter, and it's like, whoa.
Oh yeah. I thought it was a joke. I thought people were just messing with shit. But yeah, it was a little jarring at first. But like you said, you'll get used to it. And
you'll forget all about it once you start playing again. He has a mask on 90% of the game anyway. So, we'll forget about it. And honestly, after reading their blog and what they were stating about it, because I mean, a lot of people got really crazy. They were like sending death threats and stuff, which is fucking crazy. Like it's after they explained that it was a decision to match Yuri's more facial tech for next generation, it's like, okay, I get it then. I understand it. Like, I get it. Again, it is, like JJ said, it is still a effing weird thing. It's like, you wake up and it's like, oh, new Spider-Man PS4, PS5 remaster news. It's like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. But I like the fact that this is more than a remaster, though. They're adding a lot more to this game in Spider-Man PS4 remaster, which is so weird. I'm just going to say Spider-Man remaster. That's what I'm going to say. But I like the fact that it's just not a simple high res. They actually put a lot of time into it. And that's why you don't get it for free. I know a lot of people were upset about that too. Like, oh, I definitely want, like, I have the other game. You should give it to me free, like the Avenger upgrade. We forgot to mention that because Avengers, you do get a free PS5 upgrade. Like JJ said, it is delayed though. You're gonna have to wait till 2021. It's not date of PS5, but it's I don't know. I just don't have that tendency to overreact like a lot of people, and I don't want to hate on those people that do because I understand it. Maybe it just triggers you. I get it, but to me, it's not that big of a deal personally. But go ahead, JJ.
Do you remember when they went from PS3 to PS4? Did they never offered upgrade, right? That seems
they did for $10. Call of Duty, Battlefield. It was like $10 to $20 upgrade.
Gotcha.
So you didn't get it for free. You had to pay. You had to pay. And again, also, the Spider-Man game, if you look at the trailers and the ray tracing and the effects, it's so much better than it was originally. And plus the no loading times. It's going to be incredible.
That's also to that end, if you have Spider-Man PS4, you have gotten the end game trophy, which is beating the story. I don't search for it on the internet, but you can enter sweepstakes to win a free Miles Morales Lego minifigure.
I saw that on Facebook. It's a good point. Look at JJ.
Yeah. So
that's why you get
if you have done that,
on the channel.
Tomorrow's the last day though to enter it. Okay. So if you have the game, you don't have to have the platinum. You just have to you've beaten the story. You can enter a sweepstakes on, I think it's on PlayStation, to get Miles Morales PS or a little.
So I know you're not big into this, but Game Informer's had a huge coverage of Miles Morales. They showed a ton of new footage. They showed Peter Parker and Miles together. I don't know if you saw any of that. If you did, let me know what you thought. If not, okay, I already saw you shake your head. I'll talk about it a little bit. Man, my hype is through the roof about this game because I thought Peter was going to be gone. I thought Peter was going to be gone because of, the whole spoilers for Spider-Man DLC, a game that's almost going to be 3 years old now. spoilers for it, but end of the DLC, they're going back to Mary Jane's going to Silver Sable's crazy country of that's having a war right now. So I thought that's where Peter would be. Miles would have to take over being Spider-Man a little bit, but I kind of like that they're kind of going to show Peter showing him the ropes still, and then Miles kind of awakening to his new spider powers. And that's the cool part about Miles Morales. He has different powers. He doesn't have the same powers as Peter. He has some cool electric powers and venom and stuff like that. That's going to be really interesting. We know the game's half the length of Spider-Man PS4, but it's still the full map. It's still the full map of the game, which is really, really cool. The new footage really got me excited, man. I know JJ's not a fan of that. He doesn't like looking at that. But for me, it's not spoilery because it's not really story details. Not really stuff they showed. They are bringing back characters from Spider-Man PS4, so to kind of keep that world building going, which is cool. And I won't spoil that boss if you guys didn't see it yet. I won't spoil it for JJ. I'll keep quiet about it.
I watched the PS5 launch trailer of it, or the one where the gameplay trailer. I watched that.
Yeah.
Where he's on the bridge and shit. I watched that.
Yeah, that's very cool. It's very cool what they're going with. They're making their own kind of Marvel Universe type characters, but they seem like they got a really good head on their shoulders. It seems like they're doing a great job, and it seems more of a game than what I previously envisioned, where it's like, okay, it's going to be half of Spider-Man. But it looks like you're going to be able to get a lot of gameplay from this. You're going to get a shiny new plat, and plus, if you get the Ultimate Edition like me, you're going to get that Spider-Man remaster, which I'm super excited to dive back into again and get another plat. So I have my 2 PS5 plats plus Demon Souls. We'll be working on that here on stream. Let's talk about the PS5 teardown. Did you end up watching that footage at all?
Where they tore it apart? No, yeah. I did not.
It's incredible ingenuity what they did with this console. Not just the big heat sink, the big fan. Very incredible what they're doing. It shows the reason why it's so big is for the airflow and keeping this thing cool, keeping this thing very silent. We saw a lot of Japanese YouTubers play it. A lot of people had unboxings yesterday. They're playing it right now. They got a full PS5. A lot of big popular YouTubers got to open their PS5s already, which, I was watching. It looks incredible. This thing is a big boy, big girl, real thick, but...
what Jeff Keighley said is 9.7 pounds?
Something like that. It's a big, but the technology and the heat sink and the teardown, it was very, very intuitive that you can open the plates up. So now they're going to sell plates so you can get your special edition console that you want. So you don't always have to buy a special edition console. You can just buy the face plates that you want. They're easily detachable. That's really cool.
Like the 360, man.
Plus, they showed how easy it is to put the new SSD memory in it as well when you decide to eventually... I wouldn't buy one right off the rip, but eventually I would just learn to delete games like I do. Once you're done with them, just delete them, play some new ones.
Will my external hard drive still work on it?
I believe so, yes. But for PS4, I don't know if it works for PS5. Because the PS5 games, they run at a much higher speed and higher everything. It's just, you won't know it until you actually start it. And I know JJ personally said, graphics can only get so much better, but it is going to be a lot better. The graphics are going to be way better.
I don't think they're going to be way better. I think you're wrong on that. I think what it does is, the load times are going to be eliminated.
You'll see. You'll see.
No, I've seen gameplay and stuff of games, and it is better.
Yeah.
I'm saying they can only get so much better. It's not going to be the leap of... I've been playing Jak and Daxter lately. And then you go play fucking... I don't know. What was I playing? What else was I playing? Just Knowledge is Power. It's just a game show game. And it looks 100, the polygon, everything. So, it's not going to be that... It's not going to be the leap it was. It's always going to get a little better from the 5 to the 6. Or, but it's never going to be that leap that we had from, 2 to 3. Or 1 to 2.
I would say more Super Nintendo N64. That's probably the big
another
leap.
huge
That's
leap.
probably the big leap. But
The huge leap.
things can always look better, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like just it's going to look a lot, especially
I'm
on
not
your
arguing
TV.
that, buddy.
You're going to be blown away. You're going to be like, dude, this looks way better than when I was playing, a month ago. It's going to blow you away for sure. It's going to be different. And then, like, I already saw the comparisons between both the Ratchet and Clanks, and the new one by far is so much better looking and runs a lot better and looks a lot better and feels a lot better than the one that was in 2016, right, or something that it came out. Like
4 years ago.
That's only a 4-year difference, but I mean, it is going to look better. Like I think, I see where you're saying. I'm not saying it's that late, but it's going to look fantastic. It's going to look
100%.
fantastic. Like, graphics can always get better. The more of the limitations of graphics is usually because of the console.
Yes.
That's usually in the developer and how to use and make those graphics. So that's an infinite space that they'll probably never really get to touch, because it will always get better. And by the time they feel like the PS4, this always happens with consoles, right? Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima looks so phenomenal. But now they're going to look pale as comparison to the new stuff that's coming up.
That's pushing it, too, though.
Yeah, that's pushing, but it takes them all the way till the end of the generation to kind of fully
Ghost of
realize
Tsushima
that.
might be the best looking game I've ever played.
What's up, LG?
Right now.
How you doing, brother? Let's talk about the UI. Did you look at the UI at all?
I did watch a little bit of that, where the sack boy.
Yeah.
Then he comes. Yeah.
What do you think overall of it, with the look of it, the feel of it?
It looked fine. Like I like. It's sexy, man. It got some like the thing I was really excited about with the I know we'll get to Xbox later, but the thing I was really excited about the Xbox is that you can kind of juggle 2 games at once. Like if I'm playing something, the kids walk in and, hey, let's play this.
And it's
all right. It looks like the PS5 has something like that too. Yeah.
It's instant, but I liked a lot of the other features. You guys obviously watched my video of it. You have the pop-in. If you have a Sony exclusive game, it's up to the third-party developers to add this feature too. But if you're struggling on a trophy, they'll show you hints about it. They'll show a little video. And everything is just so quick and dynamic because of that solid-state drive. The PlayStation Store is now actually integrated. It's not an app anymore. You can just go to the store instantly. You could join your friends, watch your friends play. You could join your friends. If they're in a multiplayer match, you could join them instantly. The speed of this thing, the pop-up video type moments of it.
The picture is cool.
It's cool.
Like, you could be playing your game.
Yeah, if LG's doing a stream and he's playing COD, I could pop it up on my PS5, do a side-by-side, or just do it like JJ said, picture-in-picture. Just put it in the top corner while I'm grinding for trophies in Spider-Man or something. Very, very cool. I'm very impressed with the UI design. I thought it was going to be more similar to the PS4, because I actually like the PS4. I know a lot of people don't like the PS4 design, the app design. I'm not a big fan of the Xbox design. I don't want to sound like an Xbox hater. I know there's a lot of Xbox fans around. But I don't like the Cortana app, tablet look of Microsoft. And the Series X, we're going to talk about the comparison of UIs. I don't like the fact that there's, instead of horizontally, it's just vertically now. It's vertically just apps now, which is okay to me. I don't like it. I understand why they do it. They're a PC company. They want to merge all these things together. They want you to play on your phone. They want you to play on your PC. They want you to play on your console. Like, they want you all integrated in one, but I don't like the look of it. I think the Xbox needs to work on the PS5 UI. I'm actually highly impressed. I really like the look of it. I like the feel of it. Not feel of it, I don't know yet. 2 weeks from now, if I get to open my PS5 and play it, then I bet I am going to like the feel of it. I'm interested to see how things work. Some big news for today and a couple weeks ago, Bugsnax. Just a couple days ago. Bugsnax is going to be free. That's the big news today. Bugsnax is going to be free for PlayStation 5 if you have Plus. Awesome. So you get 2 PS4 games and a PS5 game. One JJ owns already. Hollow Knight's very good, though. If you did not play that on your Game Pass, go give it a shot. It's a very good game. Very, very good game. Show is a Shadow of War. I feel like those Lord of the Ring games don't get enough love. They're actually quite good.
It's fantastic storytelling. That's the second one, right? Shadow War.
Second one, Shadow War. Yep.
They went a little too like grindy with it, like on some things.
Yeah.
But it's a great story, and the Nemesis system is fucking fantastic. Where if you defeat an orc and he remembers you, like you come back and
I like that. It's cool.
He remembers you. So I think the first one was better, but Shadow War's cool.
I played a good amount of the first one because I wanted to platinum it, but I just kind of got bored of the grind a little bit, so I stopped.
Well, if you're a big fan of the Arkham series, it's that combat system with
the combat's incredible and it's fun. The powers are cool too. You can do a lot of stuff. You can possess people. You can do cool things. Very excited for that. And then we found out 2 days ago, I think JJ tweeted or texted the group chat, we're getting Destruction All-Stars. Free plus game for February, but asterisk a little bit, just for 2 months. 2 months. So Lou and I, and hopefully JJ will have his PS5 by then. We're gonna try to platinum that shit quick, quick as possible.
I have high hope. I'm hoping it's kind of like they're smart to do it for free. And I'm hoping it's a Rocket League type game where you can come back to it and like, oh, this is fucking.
Yes, the content's good. Yes, I think it's a brilliant move because, like you said, you get to play it for a little bit. You get to get people that didn't get a PS5 yet. When they get their PS5, they can hop in, try it out, and then you could get that purchase that you need for that game. For a lot. Obviously, it's a tough sell for a lot of people. $70 is expensive for a game.
Weird
for
that that's the
JJ,
standard now.
That's not so much of a big deal because I'm like buying $100 games anyway all the time. Because I'm always getting like Avengers. I spent $80. I spent $100 on 2K. Persona 5 Royal. I spent $80. Or $70. Was it $70? I think it was $70. But
yeah, it's weird because $60 seems like it's been the price for games since like the N64.
Yeah, it's been forever. Yes. They fluctuate, though. I mean, I remember growing up, Super Nintendo games were like $80, $90.
Some of them, yeah.
They were hella expensive. And then Nintendo kept switching to like 50, and then they jumped back to 60 once the Switch became successful.
They don't ever do they rarely do discounts on
Rarely
Switch,
do discounts. Where Sony and Microsoft, they do the discount thing quick. They're like, boom.
If you have a Switch and you don't buy digitally, go to Walmart. Their games are always $10 cheaper than anywhere else.
Yeah.
They always sell every Switch game is $10 cheaper. Doesn't work with Xbox and PlayStation, but for whatever reason, Switch games are always $10 cheaper.
The surprise for me, though, is Bug Snacks, though, JJ. This game is going to be like a cultural phenomenon probably for a lot of people.
Yeah,
I was not interested in it. Were you interested at all?
The only person I knew that was bananas, balls to the wall was Chad.
Chad is super excited for this game.
Shout out to Chad. You remember going to? I know this is a tangent. You remember going to Toys R Us?
Yeah.
And you'd have to pick the game from the flippy
behind
things.
The glass, yeah.
And you had to grab the slip out of there and take it to the counter to get the game.
Oh yeah.
They didn't actually have them physically there. You had to look at it on a slip, and you had to take the ticket up to the counter.
Yes, I remember that. And it's interesting because they're doing physical copies for Bug Snacks too. So we're getting a free plus game, plus they're doing physical copies. So they expect this game. I don't know where the hell they got the budget for this game, but did you see the voice cast?
No.
It's all like famous people. It's all like famous actors. It's like, geez, where the hell did they get the money? It's interesting how this game's going to work. You'll see it here live on stream. We'll play it. If it's an easy plat, I'll do it. If it's going to take me like 80 hours, I might do it later. I might not do it right away. But.
Yeah, that's the game looks interesting.
Yeah, it seems very interesting. I know a lot of people are very excited. A lot of people love the theme song. Like Chad's like the one guy in our group that's like balls to the wall for this game.
Well, it is an interesting way to go though, because what was going to be the first PS5? Was it going to be a PS4 remaster? It being Bug Snacks is interesting.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Like what to be honest with you, I was not expecting a free PS5 game at all.
No.
At all. Like,
because what we got? What do you think? What did they say? 2 or 3 more years supporting PS4. So
yes.
probably 2 or 3 more years of PlayStation Plus on the 4.
Which is a smart move. Which is a hella smart move. Because
they did the 3 and
PS5 is 99.9% backwards compatible.
Yeah.
With all the games. That's a big move. That's a smart move. What do you think about that? Are you disappointed that it doesn't go farther? It doesn't go to PS3, PS2, PS1. I think the PS4 is the smart move. I think that was the smart move. They're betting on their exclusives, and 125 million people still playing PS4.
Oh yeah, and every you're gonna have crossplay too. Like you can play. I might not have my PS5 right away, so I can still play games with you guys.
JJ could still, he can still join our parties. He can still hang out. But I'm gonna report his ass. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna talk about that controversy in a second, but
yeah.
What do you think? Did you want it? Can they still maybe eventually go down the road for PS2, PS1, PS3? PS3 will be a fucking nightmare. The architecture for PS3 is just fucking terrible. It was just It was a nightmare to develop for. Developers hated developing for it. It was
the last time the Xbox won, right? It was the last time Microsoft was stronger and the 360 did so well, and it's still a great system. It also had the interchanging faceplate that was cool, and I think what this opens them up to is the remasters are going to be. They're really going to. I think they're going to go all in on. They already kind of are, but you're going to see every PS3 greatest hit is probably going to be remastered for the PS5 at some point.
That's a good point. Also, the thing we didn't talk about, are they going to improve now? And they already have improved PlayStation Now.
Yes.
Tremendously. They improved it. And they keep putting games on there, some great titles on there, great PS2, PS3 titles. I think it's mostly PS3, sorry.
Yeah.
PS3, PS4 titles on there.
And that's the way to go, too, is streaming is huge, obviously, and it's an easier way to put your, because like you said, even the way the disc was made to work for the PS3 is so much different than PS4.
It is, yeah. I mean,
so for them to just, if you can stream it on PS, that's a lot of people are, but the Game Pass for the Xbox is great because they give you new content. Where I like playing retro games. Right now I'm playing Jak and Daxter.
Yeah.
And NCAA Football 14 are the 2 games I play the most right now. So a PS3 and a PS2 game is what I'm playing the most right now. I've always been kind of retro-y. I do like the new stuff. The new stuff becomes retro eventually, but you get sick of grinding and stuff. So, and I don't know if they haven't made a good football game since NCAA 14. So.
First of all, Face of the Franchise is the greatest story mode I've ever experienced in my whole life. Every time I feel like I play Face of the Franchise, I feel like I'm playing a Microsoft exclusive. Not a very deep story and kind of overrated. It was a joke, Microsoft fans. Calm down. I'm just saying.
It's the most frustrating AI I've ever played in a video game in my life. I don't know.
I'm fucking bored with the story though. I'm like, holy shit! I just want my platinum.
There is more story in Remember the Tight One than
also,
there is.
I'm gonna be an a-hole to you. I'm gonna make you re-download Madden 20 because I'm gonna go back and platinum that one this week too.
Is there multiplayer on there?
Just the head-to-head one. That's all I gotta do from you, and then I can do everything else.
I can download that.
Sure. Oh my god, that's too funny. Too funny.
You should have that. You beat me head-to-head.
No, I don't think I did in last year. You fucked up last year. You know why you fucked up last year? Because you could have won 18 Super Bowls and held that over my head the rest of my life. Nothing I'd be able to touch.
No, I didn't do shit. You stopped playing. I'm ahead in the season. I was waiting on you to play your game to move to the next week, and you never did.
Yeah. But no, I meant still, you could have dominated, but you blew it. It's your fault.
I did. If
I'm in full narrative control. I'm Vince McMahon.
If you didn't get the head-to-head
don't blame me for your problems.
Everyone heard this, right? Everyone in the chat heard this. He did not get the head-to-head trophy last, meaning he never beat me. You never beat me in Madden
0 for
20.
2. 0 for 2.
I beat you 3 times. I think we only played 3 times.
Maybe, yeah. We probably played once in the season and then once in the Super Bowl.
I know the one in the season I beat you like 65-10.
Yeah, it was a bad one, yeah.
56-10, something like that. I crushed you. I had to get you back for, what was that, Madden 17?
I think it was 18.
18, yeah. One of those two, yeah.
18, I had a really good year that year. Let's talk about...
Movie?
Well, you didn't finish your answer. Do you think about the backwards compatibility? Do you want them to go further or not? I know we kind of fucking around going on. Sorry, people.
I mean, what I like that they did is you can only afford a PS5 in maybe one game. Let's say you can only afford. I would say Spider-Man is probably the game to get day one, unless your Demon Souls is also one A, one B.
I think Spider-Man will sell a shit ton, man.
Yeah. So it depends on what you're into.
Because you know why? Because it's 2 games in 1.
Yeah. So let's say you can only afford the PlayStation 5 and that, and Plus. You get Plus. By getting Plus, you get 19. I think it's 19 PS4 games day one. You get the greatest hit.
Resident Evil 7.
Is that included? Is that on there?
Yeah, it's on the PlayStation Plus collection.
So you get
Monster Hunter World, Persona,
God of War,
Uncharted Days
4,
Gone,
Uncharted 4, probably The Last of Us Remastered is in it.
Part 1, yep, Part 1.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're getting 19 games off the rip of. I mean, just it might be the greatest. The greatest generation of games ever made.
Yeah.
I mean, just T2B, man. They did so well in their exclusives, and it's what really makes me want the PS5 over the Xbox.
That's what they're banking on too, JJ. They know that the PS4 was 125 mil.
What I like Xbox is doing is embracing that, though. They know they can't touch that. They're going the opposite way, and that's very smart.
It is, but how long can you keep lasting on retro stuff? And I bet Game Pass changes if they start hitting some homers with all those studios they bought.
Oh, 100%.
You start hitting some home runs. Right now they're hitting some singles, maybe striking out. That thing's going to be up $30 to $30 a month if you're putting out. It's going to hinge like every Xbox did, right? It's going to hinge on how good the Halo game. Right now, Phil Finsper said a brilliant thing. He said it's not changing right now. The price is going to stay the same. Obviously, smart move for right now. But if Fable and everything else starts, what's it called? Hellblade 2.
Yeah.
It starts being great. You're going to have to start making some money somewhere.
And they're going to be making money off of, they bought Bethesda, right?
Yep.
So by buying Bethesda, you made money because I'm thinking Sony's going to want those games on their console. So Sony's going to pay a little bit to get, so they're making a ton of moves and they're making a lot of good moves. I'm very impressed with what Spencer and Microsoft is doing.
Yep.
It won't be this Christmas, but probably next Christmas I'm going to get one. I might get one for Max this Christmas, but it's going to be the S, not the refrigerator.
Which would be a smart move for him.
Yeah, but I'm anxious to kind of get my hands on it and see one up close because I think I'll like it more. Like the PS5 has grown on. The more I look at it,
I love the design now. Yeah, at first I didn't appreciate the design, but now that I know what's in it and I know the architecture, and then like you said, I keep looking at it and I'm like, man, that looks so good. I actually appreciate that they went more radical with their design, where Microsoft kind of went with a fridge or a speaker.
And that being said, I love that also Microsoft embraced the fridge aspect.
Yes.
Because I was watching some YouTuber today.
They got a whole fucking fridge.
She got an actual fridge.
Yes.
Shaped like the Xbox X, Series X. It was smart. I think both companies are doing very well for themselves right now, and I'll throw Nintendo in there. I still think Nintendo's going strong, and
it's killing it, man. The Switch sales through the roof.
It's and like you said, they've only really depended on Animal Crossing this whole year, and it's doing well. The Smash Bros. Character, they announced Ming Ming and Steve.
That's it. Yeah, they've way behind on that.
So
Steve was a big deal, though. It was a huge deal.
Yeah, I can't believe a lot of people didn't see that coming. It just seemed obvious.
It's just not a thing they would do. Not a Sakurai move. It's not a Nintendo move.
Well, it just seemed obvious. Just based on what you told me about the criteria of being in Smash Bros.
Sorry, Goku.
Yeah. So by that standard, I think
they already nerfed his ass too. Anyway,
I think they have to include Crash Bandicoot though. I think they have to.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what these last 4 is, because I think this is it. Let's talk a little bit about some controversy for PS5.
Let's do it.
Controversial update 8.0, where Sony's listening in on everybody. And I've seen a lot of takes on this, but supposedly with your PS5, there's a snitching system. I can record you like a 20-second clip, send it into Sony. We'll see how that works. But a lot of people discover this with the update. They're saying with the policy that they might be able to record or listen in on you. What do you think? Did you read the policy? Did you fully read it at all? Because if you didn't, I'll explain it to you. But what were your honest thoughts about it? Or did you not even know?
I didn't know. I know they overhauled the party chat
system, yep.
Which is, I see the merits of, like, you just create a group and you can just hop in and out whenever you want. I also, the most frustrating thing I had with it is they changed my order people are in.
Yes.
So it used to be by, if you and I are friends and then we get our real names, it'll go by your real name.
Your real name, it actually goes by your console name.
Yeah, it goes by your
game tag, gamer tag.
Yeah, your game. And it throws me off every time I look for you. Because you were always right by Jacob.
Yeah.
Staying out. We're right.
Every time I look for you, too, you're like all the way at the bottom now. I'm like, fuck!
Yeah. You're all the way at the bottom now, and I'm like, what? And then I don't have Lou's real name, or his real name is his gamer tag.
Yeah.
So he's always he's just in there, and it was frustrating.
Yeah. And they already made a statement about it. It might go back to normal after a couple months with another update. They might fix it because what they try to do is streamline it for PS5 for right now. So people could hop in their parties on PS4, PS5. We could share parties together, stuff like that. The biggest controversy thing is the snitching system and quote-unquote they listening in. Overall, if you read the policy, they're not. They're not listening in on you. It's not what they do. What it is exactly is more of a snitching system. I still don't agree with it. I think it's dumb. We'll see how that works. Because if you're going to only take a 20-second clip of somebody, that's really not listening to the whole conversation. That's kind of out of context. Like, we'll see how that goes. It's kind of like what they did with the party messages where people would say some effed up stuff to you and you could report it, stuff like that. But they're doing this with voice. But the thing is, there's so many things that listen to you now. Your phone listens. If you have Siri on your phone listens to you. If you have Cortana on your computer, your Xbox, or anything like that, it listens to you. If you have an Amazon Alexa, it listens in on you. Technically, when you buy a new phone, you got a contractual agreement for them to kind of listen in on you. It's kind of what they do. It still sucks. It's weird, right? It's something you probably don't think about, but Sony realistically is not listening on you. I think they got overblown. People did not actually read the policy, including our friends. Shout out to Elo and Rollo. It was funny, their tangent on shit. You tried to actually explain something to them, but, emotions and rage, but love you guys very much. Not hate on you guys, but just saying. But no, they're not technically listening in on you and stuff like that. It's very very weird that this is, like I said, this is the problem with the internet and YouTube and everything. People just jump the gun. They got to make the news story and just blow everything up. It's very interesting to me. Technically, when you bought your PS4 all the way back in 2013, if you read the policy, it says they can actually record and listen to your voice. So you actually technically agreed to it 7-8 years ago if you bought a PS1 day or PS4 day one. But it's the same thing with Microsoft. It's the same thing with phone companies. The same thing with Amazon Alexa. Very interesting things, and things you probably don't think about, but they do. Like, how many times on stream has Siri, oh, what'd you say? If she did it again, shut up! I did not.
If you have a Facebook account, scroll through your Facebook account and see the ads. They're listening to you.
Yeah.
They know what you like and what you want.
Just for me, yes, that's a good point. It's more of a marketing thing. So they can put what ad they want. Like, oh, you like video games, so we're going to put this new video game right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. It's weird. Business is incredibly smart nowadays. They're very intuitive on things. But Sony, they're just mostly probably covering their ass, because there has been a PS4 party controversy. I guess it led to someone getting attacked in real life. But you can look up that story on your own. But it's mostly probably covering their ass. But technically, you already agreed to it when you bought a PS4 like 7 years ago. So again, they're not listening on you guys. It's totally overblown. You got to read some things, guys. You got to read the policy and read what things are going on. Let's talk about PS5 versus Xbox Series X. JJ did not even have to tell him. He just did it right away. We're going to talk about the comparisons, because Microsoft is toting that they have the best launch lineup in terms of exclusives. And a little bit of asterisk. They're not wrong. They have a lot more exclusives, quote unquote, but it's like Gears 5 and Halo, all the Halos and, shit like that. Nothing new, really. In comparing the two lineups, JJ and I already discussed this a little bit, or he'd say, I really like Sony because of their exclusives. As we see, hi to Max or somebody. I really love Sony exclusives. I really like that they give their studio a lot of different chances. If you would have told me Sucker Punch would make a feudal Japan game about a guy that calls himself the Ghost, I'm like, get out of here. Get that nonsense. No. But it ended up being one of my favorite games this year. Is it going to get probably hoed for Game of the Year? Most likely, I would say yes. I think it will. I think it will. But launch lineup wise, I don't see. I just hate to say this, and I don't want to harp on Microsoft because it's smart. The backwards compatibility is a great thing. It's a great thing, but I think Sony's killing it with Demon's Souls, Miles Morales. They're going to give you Bugsnax for free if you're a PlayStation member, plus 19 other PS4 great games you haven't had before. I think Sony's killing it on the PlayStation 5. Sackboy's Big Adventure. I know a lot of people overlook that game. More and more I look at that game, I kind of actually like that game. I kind of want to play that game.
Astrobot looks cool.
Astrobot's a free tie-in game already. You get it pre-installed with your console. Like JJ said, Astrobot's cool. I think Sony's lineup compared to Microsoft blows it out of the water. What do you think, though, JJ?
So they're harping on their backwards compatibility with the Halos and stuff?
They have some new stuff, like the Medium. That's the one game that actually looks really good, but I would not buy a Series X for one game. I always told my customers back in the day, if you're going to buy a new game console, make sure there's at least 5 games you want to play. Maybe that's a lot easier today because, you can just buy a Game Pass and you have like 200 games to play. But, but
But you can do that with your Xbox One.
Yes, you can already do that with your Xbox One. What's the new stuff? What's going to bring you in? And if you compare the lines, even Godfall, I think will do really well for PS5. Man, I think it looks pretty good. Again, you need the third-party stuff, but Sony has the third-party stuff. But if you look at Microsoft's marketing, it's all third-party stuff and Halo, which we already know Halo's not there, which means they couldn't cancel. They're like, don't cancel those ads. We're not going to pay for new ads. Just keep the Halo ads running. And I hate to laugh at that, but it was the smart thing to delay that game. It was very, very smart. And Microsoft's making incredible moves. But to be honest, man, if they didn't buy Bethesda, I don't think anybody would be talking Microsoft this holiday.
It's a new console, so it's gonna do well right off the rip. Usually they're both. Yeah. It's going to come down to longevity, right? It's going to come down to, what do you say, 125 million people are playing PS4 right now, or have a PS4. So that's insane. Even backwards compatibility. You're getting God of War, Uncharted 4, The Last of Us. On and on and on. Like, Days Gone is a really good game that no one, I think, or a lot of people did, but more people give a chance. You're getting Miles Morales / Spider-Man remastered with, Tom Holland face.
You're right. It's longevity, but if you go in that direction, look at 2021 already. Like Final Fantasy 16, God of War 2, or Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok.
Did you see the date they're putting on that?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
They said God of War is. I read that God of War is coming February of 2021.
Not gonna happen. No fucking way.
No fucking way. That's
I know that I saw that rumor, but again, I don't want to harp. I don't want to be. I love Xbox. I love my Xbox. I love Microsoft. We're a fan of all games here. I don't want to hate. I don't want to seem like I'm raining on Microsoft's parade, but I'm just gonna be honest. The tech that people want is the PS5. It's so hard to get a PS5. There have been so many waves of PS5s, whereas there's only been a couple waves of Series X, and that was not that many. It was very low numbers already. They're already projecting. There's some crazy ass analysts saying, PS5 is going to sell 700 million consoles. Like, well, dude, I highly doubt that. Highly doubt that. Hey, that's fucking crazy. But maybe it beats that PS2 number of 140 million, right? Maybe it does beat that. I don't know. Only time will tell, but they bet. This is why I think Sony's smart. They bet on their exclusives. They bet on their hardware. They bet on their fan base that wants to play video games. And it's going to pay off, man. It's going to pay off. They bet on the PS4 fan base. They're not banding them. Even though you can't get every game, you can't get Demon's Souls and play it on your PS4. Like, that's not going to work. You have to buy a PS5 for that game. God of War, we don't know yet. It could be cross-compatible. We don't know. But
Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon, whatever the fuck it's called.
Forbidden Forest, yeah, it's on both.
It's going to be on PS4. I know. I saw people complaining about that. I'm like, why? The
reason why is people feel like they won't get the best out of the console, the best power out of the PS5. But it's year one, dudes. It's year one. It's year one, man. We just talked about, 20 minutes ago, they get the best out of their console at the end of the generation. Right? They
made PS2 games till like 2013 or 2012 or something like that.
PS2, the console did not die until 2013.
And I think that's when the PS4 came out.
2011, sorry. 2011.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Because I have Madden 12 for the PS2.
2011. They kept it for 13 years in production. Sony likes the longevity. They bet on the longevity. So if you want to make that argument, I think you're making a big case for Sony.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's
again, not to hate on Xbox. I'm just saying. I know we got
it.
I don't want to make it seem like I'm harping on. I like Xbox a lot. I like Microsoft. I think getting Bethesda was a smart deal. Am I panicking like a lot of people were? Chad and feel, oh my God, they're going to buy Sega. They're going to buy all these foreign companies. Again, I love you, Chad, but it was just funny. He was overreacting. They're going to buy Sega. They're going to buy all these things. They're going to buy Persona. It's like foreign exchange rate, a lot of stocks. It's a lot more complicated than you think. You can't just drop money, on a company and buy it. It doesn't work that way.
I think my problem with Microsoft is they're just naming things are confusing consumers. Like that, I struggle with. You got the Xbox, which to me still, to this day, hands down, the coolest looking system is the original Xbox. The big fucking X with the green, by far one of the greatest systems ever made.
That thing was a tank, bro.
It was awesome. The controller sucked because I had small hands.
Yeah, I have small hands. They were too big for me.
Yeah. When they released the small controller, it was awesome. But just even naming systems, the Xbox 360, the One, the Series X. I mean, it's a mouthful, man.
How many times have I stumbled with the Series X naming? I'm actually shocked I got it right today, to be honest with you. But it's really
even a cool. It's even a cool name when it, Xbox. That was cool. And that's all I say. Like, I'm going to go play Xbox.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter which one I'm going to play. I'm going to play an Xbox.
I get their point. I guess they didn't want to follow in Sony's footsteps. Xbox.
No, I get that, but you go from 360 to One, which
yeah, because it was supposed to be all in one. Remember?
It's all exactly. It's an all-in-one system.
And then now going to Series, that means you're going to have multiple consoles, and that already sets a tough bar. Yeah. To breaking news of yesterday, which I was going to do a video, we're going to talk about it on the pod, but with Cyberpunk getting delayed. It went gold already. It went fucking gold. It got delayed until December 10th. Jeff Keighley already said it wouldn't be on this year's Game of the Year award, so that opens up for another contestant. But he also said that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was going to be put on this year's ballot. So is that going to get nominated for Game of the Year? So that throws a wrench into a lot of things. And also these PS5 games, Miles Morales, Demon's Souls, do those get in? Does Bugsnax? Does these PC games, Phasmophobia, Among Us, all these other games? Like, we don't know. It's going to be really weird. It's not a clear picture at all this year for what's going to be Game of the Year.
Do you stream off your phone?
Who?
You.
Me. I don't know how to do that.
You should learn. I think we should get like a GG and Friends Among Us game going.
I want to play some Among Us.
It's
strong
awesome.
Rumors, though. It'll be on console pretty soon. It'll be on PS5. Series X.
Me and my kids play on our phones.
Well, I'm just warning you and the children. If you do not throw me off the ship, you will be murdered. It is me every time.
I'm the imposter. It's a fun game.
It's an incredible game. Simplistic design, but fun overall because you got to call out your homies and you got to be a good liar. Which, if you've been watching me for these few years on YouTube and streams, you know I'm the best at it.
It's always Levi.
Yeah, it's him. Throw him off. Very cool. Very interesting. Like, how do you feel about this, JJ? It's big. This is a big effing deal, and there's no middle ground with Cyberpunk. There's either a serious issue, or they really just want to make it better. And for the most part, I always talk about, hey man, delaying games is good. Always do that smart thing. Uncharted 4 was delayed 5 times. Think about that. Think how pissed off people were back then at 2016. 5 times Uncharted 4 was delayed. I had so many people calling me up angry about it. Like, I'm not Naughty Dog. I didn't make the delay, dude.
I didn't do it. Yeah, I always think delaying games is usually for the best. Days Gone was delayed a lot. Still had its bugs, but it was a good game overall.
Well, what I'm trying to get at, though, is this next gen? Is this an Avengers situation? Is next gen? Current gen holding back next gen?
It's got to be, right? It's a game that...
It's just kind of odd. When the game goes gold, it usually means it's done. That's ready to go.
It's done, yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
But it's got to be some crazy bug, right? It's got to be something that, like you said, the Okay. Because they have a lot of high hopes for this game. It's supposed to do a lot. So, and
this was the #1 hype game this year, and there was a lot of people's. It was going to be nominated for Game of the Year. Everybody was crowning it already. As a big CD Projekt Red fan, I did not see it with this game yet. There's nothing in this game. All the 40-minute demos I watched, there was nothing that wowed me.
Keanu Reeves, baby.
Nothing wowed me.
Got a lot of pull right now.
Which one?
Keanu Reeves. He's got a lot of pull right now.
Keanu Reeves is awesome. He is cool.
He's always been there. He's always been there for us through our whole lives.
Yeah.
But he's really in our face now.
Yeah, it's something I need to play. Like JJ and I, we talked about this. He's asked me a few times, should we get this? Should we wait next gen? And I was more of waiting for next gen anyway.
Yes.
Because I think it'll look and run better. And there's too many games on the docket in November anyway for me and JJ. Whenever he gets his PS5, he's gonna have Demon Souls and both Spider-Man games right from the rip.
At this point, I bought NHL 21. I was gonna wait.
Yeah.
But once they announced it wasn't next gen, the only way I buy a game now is if it's some crazy sale, or it's not next gen, and I really want to.
Yeah.
Because at this point, we're 2 weeks out. I shouldn't be buying any game unless I'm buying it for the PS.
Very smart. Very smart idea. But how do you feel about this, man? I know you're not super excited about it, but
it's another game where I still haven't played
Witcher.
I want to play The Witcher 3.
I'm excited to play that on PS5, man.
That's another cool thing is I got it for sale for $7, the complete edition, and I'm going to be able to carry that over to my PS5, which is very cool.
Yes.
Better
frame rate, better graphics, better everything.
I'm not super butthurt about it because I just wasn't hyped about it. Yeah. Going into 2020, it was The Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima were the two games I was stoked for. Those are the two games that I wanted to play. I know I'm not a Final Fantasy guy, so that the remake, it looked cool, it played well and everything, I get it. But I was excited for Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
So, being one of the few people where neither of those games let me down, personally. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Cyberpunk is. I do want to play it. I think it's one of those games I need to get my hands on.
Yeah, it's hard to demo on stream or a video. Like, you got to play it and just feel this game.
There's a lot of games that
like Death Stranding. Like, Death Stranding was so hard to demo. Right? Once you play it and you understand what's going on, and you get the concept. I still
can't tell you why that game is good.
Yeah.
It is a great game. I can't tell anyone why. I can't put into words why I like that game.
Norman Reedus.
Don't even
Kojima!
I liked watching him take a
Troy Baker!
But the acting is tremendous. But it's I've watched videos of games that I was so hyped on.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Maybe coming out of your mouth. I've watched games that I was not excited about at all turn out to be really good. There's games where I was so hyped to play it, and it was garbage.
I've been there plenty of times, my friend, too.
Yeah. So it's
my beautiful cousin.
Cyberpunk is a game it's a game where I might even wait till it's on sale. I don't know if I'm going to pay full price for it to play it, but
yeah, I mean, I think like JJ's really smart. What you just said there, like always waiting for a game smart. It's day one for me. Like, 'cause to me, it's like a Christmas present. I can't wait to usually play a lot of these games. I usually have to get it day one or invest anyway. Like, I invested in Avengers day one because I was like, everybody wants to play it right now. Let's play. It's a new game. Let's just do it and have some fun. And we did. I played many hours of that game with everybody, with JJ and Lou and Elo. We had a lot of fun with that game. Like, hopefully the expansion stuff is really good. Hopefully it brings everybody back so we can all play.
Except for fucking Lou.
No, he's gonna get it again. He already said one of the
Lou sold got rid of Ghost.
He's gonna get that back too. But it's interesting. There was also a rumor going around about PS5 and Xbox Series X both having overheating issues, but I know a lot of people. Again, this is again about the again about the internet. This is again about the internet. I like how you did that. What's up, Savage? How you doing, buddy? I like the thing about the internet. A lot of people were freaking out about this too. They're saying Sony was using everybody as a guinea pig, right? Because of PS5, their fan in it, they can actually patch in. Like if the game is running too hot, they can patch in and make the fan go a little bit faster and cool the game down. Or if it's running, if the game is running too hard, you know, they could, or too lightly, they can, you know, turn the fan down a little bit. So again, they're not using you as a guinea pig. It's a brilliant idea. Now that they can actually have the technology to see how the game is running on your console and personally adjust it for you, is a brilliant effing idea. And people overreacted to that. They're like, oh my god, you're guinea pigs. Every game's gonna be. Your PS5 is gonna explode. And the thing is, both consoles supposedly run really, really quiet. Very, very quiet. Both consoles sound incredibly smooth. Xbox, of course, if you're gonna touch the fan, it might be a little hot. Of course, it's blowing out hot air. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think those were dev units. I think a lot of people were reacting or overreacting to it. I don't know. I don't see an overheating issue. I think both these consoles are well designed fundamentally, especially if you watch both teardowns. They're fundamentally designed brilliantly. Are there going to be outliers? Yes. There's going to be shit that's going to break for some people and it's going to suck. You know, it happens, right? You know, you drop
that rings of death, baby.
You buy a $1,200 iPhone and you drop it on the floor. You know, it happens. You know, shit happens. You know, like there's gonna be some faulty bugs for some things, but I think both these consoles, I think a lot of stuff is overblown. I think they're both going to do run incredibly well. What do you think, JJ?
It's another one of those things where I'm going to get my hands on it and see what it's like. I know you can do all these teardowns and, you know, you can take recommendations, but until you get your hands on it,
yeah,
I'm excited for it to be, you know, quiet. I'm excited the way it looks. I'm not too worried about either one, man. We have technology now. They're putting technology into these things that are, it's amazing they can sell them for $500.
Yeah. And technically, you can buy a PS5 for $399.
Yeah. A liquid metal core.
Yeah, brilliant. I'm excited, man. Like, 2 weeks away, it's hard to believe. Like, it's almost here. I'm going to have the unboxing. I want to thank my cousin JJ for joining me tonight. I think we did okay with the PS5 versus Xbox Series X a little bit. There's most of us just talking both about the consoles that, you know, what we prefer. So I want to thank Joel, LG, and Savage. Thank you guys so much, and everybody else that was hanging out. Also, happy belated birthday to Shannon. Shout out to you, brother. Hope you had a great day yesterday. We had a lot of fun here. Lou is going to be my guest for you spelled it right too. Lou is going to be my guest Friday for my Halloween special. I think it's our third year in a row doing a Halloween special. JJ was my guest last year. You can go watch that episode. We're going to talk horror. Lou is a connoisseur of Walking Dead. I'm going to ask him what he thinks of this new Walking Dead giant season they're kind of doing. And
Cat boy.
What up, Allie?
Allie's a cat.
You a cat, Allie? Meow.
She's a cat every year. I think it's like the fourth Halloween in a row she's a cat.
Yeah.
What about GTA 6? What about it?
There was a new rumor coming out about GTA 6, but I didn't really believe it, so that's why we didn't talk about it here. But, again, I want to thank my cousin. I want to thank everybody here. Lou and I, we're going to talk Demon Souls. We're going to talk horror movies, games, TV, what interests him to play horror. JJ and Lou are not the biggest guys of horror. I like more of the horror stuff out of the super best friends here on the channel. We're going to have a end of the year pod like usual. We're going to have a pod for a game of the year as well. And also I want to bring JJ back on because there was a pod I wanted to do like 5 months ago. And that was Sony First Party Studios. What they're working on. And I wanted to pick your brain on Uncharted 3 because I platinumed that and I want to talk to a little bit. But I forgot about that one. Sorry, it's been busy. I apologize for also the lack of streams a little bit. I don't have AC at the functioning AC at the moment, so it's hard to do a stream. But we are going to stream tomorrow. We're going to play some NHL, and hopefully on Friday and Saturday I'll have a couple Halloween specials for you. Maybe we'll boot up some Resident Evil 2 or 3, something like that. Or Resident Evil 7, we'll play more of that. I'm enjoying that game very much. But thanks again. Shout out to my cousin JJ. GG and Friends, episode 50. It's been great. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Smash the hell out of that like button for me. It helps me out on YouTube. Well, I want to appreciate everybody showing so much love and support to the channel. We've hit Twitch affiliate on... I know it's been a real tough year for a lot of people. We hit Twitch affiliate on Twitch. That was awesome. We're going to push for... we're going to push for partnership for sure. There's going to be a lot of upgrades to the channel. I also got, we'll be here, the PS5. We'll do an unboxing. We'll play Demon Souls. We'll play Miles Morales. We'll play a lot of games. We'll play Bug Snacks. I've been your fellow Strassman, the GG. And JJ, we're outie.